Oh, mate, I suppose first up, the season's getting pretty close. A bit of excitement building for you being back in Adelaide, all signed. How are you
Yeah.
feeling heading into everything?
Yeah, I feel pretty good. Like we're pretty early. It's so early still. This time of year is weird because you want to train. You're preparing for preseason. So much happens in preseason that you just have no idea about what's going to happen. So it's a weird time of year. It's just getting yourself back into being a pro athlete and like you. I mean, it goes all year, but the season's different. So it's just about getting back in a season head and understanding that you'll be around the team for 8 months and just getting used to the fact that you give your life to everyone else now for that time, that amount of time. So
Sure, yourself and DJ, as well as the two imports, obviously big pieces, but what do you like about the rest of the pieces? The club seems to have put together around you, like some Bristol, Bernie, all those guys. Do you feel like the puzzle's kind of come together nicely?
I'm gonna have to see it all to understand a lot of it because, like I said, like I've not met many of the guys yet. I've been in town a few weeks and really just getting myself back into gear. So I haven't seen much, to be fair. So like I know the boys from last year, obviously, but I think for me it's going to be a lot of preseason and the start of preseason to when I'll be able to answer that question because I really don't know. I have no idea who is even in the mix for the import spots, so I can't even pretend to have an idea of that either. So I don't know. That's the reality of it all. So yeah.
The Boomers experience, how was it for you and DJ as well?
The Boomers, did you say?
With the experience, how was it all? And we obviously be keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, well, I only did the Jakarta tour. I didn't make the big boy squad, which it was very disappointing. But I loved watching the boys do their thing, and I have a couple really close mates in that squad that ended up making the team. So I'll be cheering them on individually, and obviously, I love Australia. I'll be watching and cheering them on from afar. But yeah, I wasn't involved, unfortunately. So yeah.
Just on that, my understanding is Jackie Gray's one of those close
Yeah.
mates, is that right?
Yeah.
What's it like for you when you see the video, or hear the news of him making the team, but also the video of what it meant to him when he came out? He's visibly emotional and it just really meant so much.
Yeah, I don't need to watch that video to know how much that means to Jack. I've known Jack since we were 14 years old. Over a decade of friendship, and I just wrote and sung him and his wife down the aisle a few weeks ago. So we're so close. I was a groomsman and a bridesmaid in their wedding, so I didn't even know that could be done, but they both wanted me, so I was both. So a very close friend of mine and someone I love very much, and to see his journey and what he's gone through, not only as a junior but here at the Sixers and then America first, here at the Sixers and now the Jackies. Like, I think there's no one that sort of deserves that more than him, and I think everyone can see that. He very much earned that spot. So he's a great story and a great guy, and I can't wait to see what he does as an Olympian.
A few years ago, he probably wouldn't have even been in the mix. No one would have thought that he was from the outside, that he was a chance, but he's worked so hard, and not just on the court, but mental and the other things
Yeah.
has got him now. I suppose what type of example is that set to people who might be on the fringe or
Yeah.
referring to what they could potentially achieve?
Yeah, well, I mean, it just shows that you can be at, not the bottom, because he was never at the bottom, but at where Jack was, having at one point the only person who would have believed it would have been Jack, because he's just so self-confident. But I'm sure at one point he didn't believe it either. So having the self-confidence in himself to keep going and keep pushing and get better shows that you can be at any level and still make your way up there. It's just everyone's path's so different, and I think he's proving that right now, that every path can lead to the same spot.
Does that give you some faith as someone who would love to be in going to the Olympics with the Boomers, that the next Olympics, that door is open and kind of what you can achieve, there's no real limit on that?
Yeah, it does. It helps. It definitely helps. Tricky one for me. Like, I can have one of the best seasons of my life and still not even get even looked at. So that's a tricky place to be mentally, for sure, and something I'll have to work through now. But it's a different situation. We just have different paths, and he's well and truly come from here and ended up here, and he's going to keep going, and that's fantastic. But yeah, it's hard for me to sort of look at it in the same way because it's just such a different situation. Yeah.
You're refreshed, you're recharged, and how,
Yeah.
at this stage of your life, because there's so much going on when we
Yeah.
see it, how good are you at just unloading, coming back and starting again?
Yeah, there is a lot going on. There's always a lot going on in my life, but I definitely took a good amount of time off all of the chaos that is, the beautiful chaos that is my life, to just sort of have some time to myself and not have to worry about the craziness. So definitely refreshed, definitely ready to get back into it. Very motivated to start up and get things going, and excited to see the final pieces and how it all comes together. And we have a shorter preseason this year. I think they're starting the year earlier. So it's going to be different to what we're all used to. It'll be shorter, more condensed, quick. We're going to have to retain information quickly. So I think the break and my little mental absence will be fantastic for that.
After what was a tough season for the team, obviously you had a great season individually. Was it needed to have that time away and sort of step back?
Yeah, I think so. And basketball's one side of my life that everyone gets to see, but there's a lot of other stuff that happens in my life too that definitely adds up. And I think I do a very good job of compartmentalizing everything and bringing everything to every situation I'm in. Basketball's my number one job, but stepping away from literally everything. Like I just wasn't even contactable for a little bit. I just needed space. So yeah, that's just me as a human. I need to just disconnect. And it was very beneficial. I forgot the question, but yeah, hope I answered it.
When you say you weren't contactable, what does that look like for you? Like, do you go and get away from everything, turn the phone off, and what do you do in that situation? Refreshed?
Yeah, I like to see the world. There's a whole world out there that I went traveling for a little bit, left my phone in the room, and just, everyone always thinks like, how do you just see him? Oh, are you going to pay the $5? No, like I'm going to leave my phone in the room and just deal with it when I get back, or just not deal with it. Everyone else will take photos. Like I don't want my phone around me like when I'm just having a break, So yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like. I like to travel, see the world, and just be in that moment without having like 100 people trying to get to me.
Have you spoken to DJ much since obviously
Yeah.
what happened to him with the Burns?
Yeah, I've spoken to him. It was very quick, like not much Boomers chat, if I'm honest. He just wanted to move on. So it was straight into like, what are we going to do, like training wise, and how are we going to, get the best out of everyone and that sort of thing. We quickly moved on to how we'll be with the team. So we've got a tentative plan starting next week, and we'll start working out together. And I thought it was important for him and I to get on the court together and start building more of a relationship. Obviously, we're so close already, but just getting back into playing with each other and understanding how we move and stuff on the court. So we're going to start working out together next week, and I think we're doing like 3 sessions a day as of Monday. So
Both of you had such good individual seasons last year. Is it hard when you're in a struggling team to convince sort of selectors, obviously in the end it didn't go the way you wanted to, but that you are that good even though you've been playing in a team that hasn't been before?
it is hard, obviously, and it didn't work. So that's just the reality of being on a team that's at the bottom end of the ladder. When teams win, everyone wins, sort of thing. I've been taught that since college. Like everyone looks good when everyone's winning. So when you're losing, even though you're playing well, it doesn't reflect like that great on yourself because you're still a part of a losing situation. Even though, like, let's not forget, the back end of our year was still pretty good. Like we had a really good streak there. It was just a little bit too late. Like for us, we started our run a little too late. Hopefully, we've all learned from that. We'll see in preseason whether we have or not, but hopefully we've all learned from that, coaches included, and we can start the year a little bit like how we finished it. So.